morning, folks. Hey, I wanted to show you a quick DIY siphon that you can build for cheap at home. If you have a real small tank, I've got a 2.6 gallon Fluval Spec in the background, and I was getting frustrated with the siphons I had. They were too big, it was too cumbersome to get around in a small tank. So I made my own. I've seen a few people do this, tried it, works great. And here's what I did. I've got a container here, and as I'm cleaning this tank, I thought I'd make a video of it. Maybe this will help somebody. But I've got a, this is just a cashew container that I got to eat the cashews and clear it out. But what I did is on the top of this container, I drilled in 2 holes in the plastic. And what I did is I bought airline tubing. You can get it at Petsmart or Petco. I've got a shorter piece of airline tubing here. That's what I'm going to use to create my siphon. And then I've got a longer piece of airline tubing that's here. And that is connected to this steel shaft right here. So once I've got the holes in here, I've got the airline tubing in there nice and tight. I'm going to put this on top of my container. I'm going to screw the top on. Good to go there. The arm, we're going to place this in the tank right now and show you guys how this works. This has been kind of a godsend to me in cleaning out this tank. Able to get around the small crevices. One observation, I used Elodia as my background plant. Don't use that in a small tank. I'll do it, but it's going to take a lot of care. It grows so fast, it's like a weed, and it just gets everywhere quickly. So I'm going to go with some slower growing plants. Anyway, back to the siphon. Obviously, we want to keep our container lower than the tank. So I'm going to drop this down. And on this shorter end here, I'm going to suck into this. It's almost like drinking a little margarita here and get my siphon going. And once I do that, it's going to start filling with water. So my siphon is created. And now I can get into the small areas, the small crevices, and really vacuum out the harder to get areas here in the tank. You can see the sand coming in and out. Does a really good job siphoning, but it also doesn't siphon too fast. So there's a little bit of degree of control as I work through this. And what you can see is this is filling up with water pretty well. I'm going to stop the siphon while I'm doing the video. But that's it. Kind of quick and easy DIY. The whole thing probably cost $12. There's about $5.95 for the steel shaft. Again, I got that at the local hardware store. And the guy said, hobbyists use these. He didn't even know what it was for. Well, we're hobbyists, right? So it works for me, whether it's the fish hobby or not. So that's the steel shaft, and then I bought the airline tubing, and I got to eat a bunch of cashews to clean that out. So hopefully that helps somebody. That's the way that I'm siphoning out and cleaning my 2.6 gallon. It really helps get around the edges. So much easier to clean with something this small. So I'm going to get this unplugged, unplug my heater and my filter, and get this tank clean. But hopefully that helps somebody out there.